Okay, so Cynthia decides that she wants Noel to be the face of her new product. She already got the Cynthia Bailey eyewear line and is doing it's doing well for her, I guess, because that's what Cynthia say. Cynthia say it's doing well for her, so I guess I have to take her word for it. But she said that the eyewear is doing well. Now she got a bag line coming out, and usually for each product that she has, she's always the face of the product. But now she wants to give Noel a chance to be the face of the product. You know, with Cynthia being a former model, you know, Noel has expressed interest in being a model. You know what I mean? And honestly, I think that she can do it. I mean, Noel is a beautiful girl. She's a little Cynthia with a splash of Leon in her. You know, she got the genes to be what she wants to be. So I do think that I'm so stopped up, y'all. But I do think that at the end of it all, she can really, really pull it off, and she can really do a great job at being a model. You know what I'm saying? So kudos to Noel. They go to LA. Cynthia wants Noel to take this as seriously as she would take like a real modeling job. Not saying that this is not a real one, but say for instance she was working with the likes of Tyra Banks or the likes of Janice Dickinson or the likes of Miss J or the likes of any other people in the modeling industry or just anything like that, anything like even if it was a photo shoot for a designer, anything, she wants her to take it just as seriously. And the pictures came out beautiful. Noelle looked really, really good. And she wants to go to school in LA because and like Cynthia said, there's a lot of opportunities as far as the fashion world is concerned that's in LA. And LA is the home of the entertainment industry. I mean, you got the music industry. You can get put on there. You can get put on in the entertainment world for TV. You can get put on for what Noel's trying to do. You can. There's a lot of opportunities in Los Angeles, California, and that might be the best thing for Noel. In the midst of her and Cynthia being in LA, she goes to this concert and she leaves her mother and father to talk. And Cynthia is really taking this divorce with her and Peter very, very seriously, and she's taking it to the heart. And she really doesn't want any bad blood between her and Peter. And she just feels like just because they're having a divorce, they're not going to see each other every day. They're not going to talk every day. They're not going to be able to do the things that they used to. And it's not going to be the same. As much as you want it to be the same, it will never be the same. You guys were married, and now that you guys are no longer married at this point in time, or y'all are taking the steps to not be married anymore, it's not going to be the same. You're not going to see him every day. You're not going to talk to him every day. It's going to be an awkward situation. I do think that two people that were divorced can come to a common ground, especially when there's a child involved. But in this instance, Noel is not his child, but he treats her as such. So I do feel like that a lot of divorced people can come together and be friends. She just wants her and Peter to have the same thing that her and Leon have right now. They had a baby, but they're no longer together, but they're able to still be friends. So I do understand exactly where Cynthia is coming from with that situation. You know what I mean? So we're gonna get back to Atlanta, where all the shit is at. We go to Sheree's condo, and her son Cairo is in there, and then there's Kaylee. So she asked them to sit down. She had an announcement to make, and she pretty much said that Chateau Sheree is pretty much almost finished and is almost ready for them to move in. Kaylee was like, "It's about time." So apparently this bitch been waiting on the Chateau just as much as we have. Cairo said that he's going to be going to school. He's going to get his own apartment, and there's not going to be a man in the house. So it's basically going to be Sheree and Kaylee in the house. And they was also trying to get her to talk about Bob and possibly reuniting with Bob. And just like Sheree said, she kept it 100 with her kids. Everything that your dad did, he did a lot of things to me, and it's gonna take a while for me to forgive him. Like, now we can co-parent, we can get along, we can do this. But as far as being in a serious relationship with Bob again, you know what I'm saying? It's probably never gonna happen. If it does happen, it has to take a lot of work. And honestly, it can. And anything is possible. You know what I mean? Like, I do think that Sheree and Bob do have a lot of bridges to cross. They do have a lot of things to fix and a lot of things to work out before they can be together again. But at the end of it all, I don't see nothing wrong with them reuniting at the end of the day. I don't. Because They were in love at one point in time. They do have kids together. You know what I'm saying? So if it works out, it just works out. And I'm honestly praying that Sheree and Bob do get it together and they're able to get back to it, get back into the safe haven that they was in, because it's pretty clear that Sheree is more happier when Bob is around. So Bob, make sure you work overtime to get Sheree back. I do want to see y'all make it. So Candy go over to Mama Joy's house with the baby, and then they start out talking about who the baby look like. Oh, the baby look like me. Oh, but everybody said the baby look like Riley and all that stuff. So Candy decides to tell Mama Joyce about Block girlfriend coming over to the candy factory to talk to her about the baby, and to talk to her about Riley. And Mama Joyce is all about the money. She was like, this nigga don't even pay child support, but yet he's sending his girlfriend over. And just like Candy said, it ain't even. And I'm not even gonna make it a money issue, because at the end of the day, what the fuck, you know what I mean? Like, because at the end of the day, yes, true enough, Block does need to play his part. He do need to do his part as a parent. But I see why Candy really ain't trying to make it about no child support, because she got the money to take care of Riley. She ain't got to flex. She ain't got to do shit. She can take care of her kid with no problem. But at the end of the day, it's only hurting the child when you constantly come in and out of their life. You can't come in and out of a child's life. You can't call a child on the phone and say, I'm coming to pick you up. You know what I'm saying? And then turn around and never do it. Because this storyline just resonates so much with me, because I grew up with the father like that. And even though my dad and I are on best terms, we are very much on best terms. And I always have to constantly say that, because I have spectators that look at my videos and then they want to report what the fuck I done said about whoever, and then it's a big ass issue and it's not. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I'm just going to say what the fuck I got to say, because I don't give a fuck. But at the end of the day, that just reminds me of when I was young. My dad had called and told my mom that he was going to pick us up, because him and our other siblings were in town. I think it was, because at the time I didn't know my brother Anthony, I don't think. So it was just Chris and Danielle. He was saying that he was coming to pick us up so we can all be together, be around his family, whatever. My sister ran bath water. She got in the tub. She put on some clothes. And she waited. I didn't do shit because I knew he wasn't coming. But she waited and she waited and she waited and she waited until she couldn't wait no more, and she started crying. And that's the type of shit that really does affect you, especially a female. Because a female, all they really wants is the love from their father. I mean, their father's the first man that they ever fall in love with. So that's all they really want. And when you're in and out of a child's life and you make all these promises to a child and you don't follow through with it, you fuck up. That's your fuck up. And you can't blame it on nobody but yourself. And you can't get on the radio trying to flex and shit about how you the $1 billion block and that you got all the love for the kids when you're not showing your own child no motherfucking love, bitch. That's my motherfucking point. You ain't even showing your own child no love. So how you can get on the radio and say, Block love the kids. You don't love Riley? You ain't showing her no love. You ain't doing nothing for Riley. You ain't started trying to do nothing for Riley until y'all got on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Because truth be told, Candy never brought your name up. She never tried to drag you through the motherfucking mud. But now that you done brought your ass on the show, you about to drag your own motherfucking self through the mud, bitch. That's what the fuck you doing. And you stupid as hell for doing it to yourself, Block. You know what I'm saying? Don't you know shows like this live to ruin somebody's reputation and somebody's character? But yet everybody signs their life away, and I constantly have something to talk about on my videos. So I'm not even going to be mad about that. Who really gives a fuck? So, Bob and Sheree, they go out for drinks, and Bob pretty much just put it out there that he really, really wants to make things work out with Sheree. He wants to move into the chateau with Sheree. He just wants to be okay. He wants them two to be okay. He just wants them to be able to communicate and possibly reunite. Sheree was like, you haven't apologized for all the things that you've done. I mean, you didn't pay your child support. I mean, you didn't pay the mortgage on the house for me and your kids. And then we had to be forced to move to a fucking condo for a few years. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a lot of things you didn't do. You cheated on me with multiple women. It's like you did a lot of shit to me. And you can't just outright think that I'm going to trust you just because you want to be with me again. You got to show me what it do. And that's just what it is. Sheree just want Bob to show her what it do. And he did apologize for fucking around with the other women. And he did apologize sincerely about the way he treated her and how he acted towards her. So I can say that this cross-eyed ass do have a motherfucking heart, you know what I mean? Because you did leave her alone destitute with 2 children. You didn't support them at all. And then you didn't pay the mortgage after the divorce. And she was forced to live in a fucking condo because you forgot to pay the mortgage. You wasn't paying the mortgage on the house. Like that was some dirty shit. And there's a lot of things in a relationship where you can come back from it, but then at other points in time, it's like, bitch, we are not coming back from that. I don't know. I don't understand why you would ever think that we would get back together, because I got an ex right now who got a man that's trying to get back with me right now, and there's a lot of things that happen in our relationship that I would never want to happen again, and that's why I haven't been in no relationship, because my trust factor is all the way fucked up. You know what I mean? And all these men that got boyfriends, y'all trying to holler at me. What the fuck make you think that I would want to holler and give you any of my time when you just sit up here and try to holler at me while you got a man? What make you think that I trust you enough to show me that if there's somebody else that's more appealing that you won't try? You did it with me when you was with somebody else. Bitch, please. You know what I mean? I don't know why I made this about me, but that's just what it is. But they did apologize, and their storyline is very, very much interesting to me. I want to see where it goes. So then, not Sheree. Phaedra puts together this laser tag situation, and she just wants to have fun and do this and do that. And so they all have fun. Sheree kept coming for Kenya. You know, it was all fun and games. Then they sat down at the table, and Phaedra got this event that she wants to do for charity. You know, she gonna have Lena in it, Candy, Kenya, everybody, all the girls in it. And then the next thing you know, Phaedra was like, well, Sheree, Kenya, do y'all think that y'all can coexist with each other for this event? Because I really don't want no drama for it. And the next thing you know, they go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And it was so much to the point where all everybody could do was just sit there and eat. You know what I mean? And the shit was fucking hilarious. But the final straw came when Kenya made the comment to say that tired ass Mama Joyce wig. And it is a tired ass Mama Joyce wig. But that's some shit that you just don't say in front of somebody. You know how Candy is about Mama Joyce. Mama Joyce can disrespect her man and her child, and she wouldn't give a fuck. And long as don't nobody else disrespect Mama Joyce motherfucking ass. But Cynthia didn't have to say that. You know, it was in poor taste. I get it. She wasn't trying to diss Mama Joyce. I don't think that King was trying to diss Mama Joyce. But at the end of the day, she still shouldn't have said that. You know what I mean? That tired ass Mama Joyce wig. Like that I see why I would come off as a diss. But me personally, I don't think she was trying to come for Candy and Mama. You know what I mean? But I get why a bitch got mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to see everything from every point of view there is. Candy in the car with Mama Joyce after she didn't she's babysit the baby. And now she gonna take her to get a manicure or whatever. And in midst of them and being in the car, Block calls. And he said that he wants to talk to Riley. And you know, and talk about co-parenting. You're talking about co-parenting now, and this girl about to be 14 years old. What the fuck you talking about co-parenting for? Like, you should have been doing that from the very beginning. And then he talking about he ain't gonna chase nobody. Y'all call me, and I call y'all and y'all don't call me back. But see, the thing about it is, though, Block, you also have to think about the shit that you did already. You can't promise a child, oh, I'm going to do better when you don't. You cannot promise a child, I'm going to come pick you up and you don't. You can't promise a child, I'm going to pay for your dues and you don't. You can't promise a child anything and then don't follow through with it. Children remembers that. You know what I mean? We all remember that. Like, all the things that my father did when he was a quote unquote deadbeat. I remember all of that. And that's why this whole storyline resonates with me. And that's why I show so much passion when I discuss it. Because I too grew up with a father just like Block. You know what I mean? Like I keep saying, I ain't trying to downgrade my daddy. You know what I'm saying? We have a great relationship at this point in time. But I'm never going to forget my past. And I'm never not going to tell the truth on any motherfucking body. Whether it be my damn self, my mama, my daddy, sister, brother, cousin, everybody. I don't give a fuck who it is. At the end of the day, if you were wrong, you were wrong. And Block was motherfucking wrong. And then you wonder why Riley don't want to have nothing to do with you, because you're not consistent. If you show that you motherfucking consistent, then it won't be no problem. And it won't be a thing of I'm chasing after Riley. You know what I'm saying? She shouldn't have to chase after your motherfucking ass to do right either, Block. Have you thought about that? You haven't done right by Riley. Point blank period. You haven't. So you have to own up to the fact that you are a deadbeat dad that's in training to do right. If you really want to do right, then do that. But it never should have took the Real Housewives of Atlanta for you to try to reach out to Candy or Riley. And like Candy said, it should be between you and Riley. She's at that age where she can talk to you on her own. But yet and still he wants to bring Candy into the equation. So that was my review on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. All my social media is at the bottom. Make sure y'all look out for my Married to Medicine review. I'm going to give y'all more videos this week. Thanksgiving week was a tiring ass week. I didn't get to do shit but 3 videos last week. So I'm going to promise you, I already filmed one already. that's going to be released later on this week. But I'm gonna try to give y'all more videos this week. So I have a story time I want to do. I think it is a story time, and I want to do a testimonial. In between time, I have not seen Soul Train Awards. I forgot to record that shit because I was out, doing something. I've been doing, what I'm saying. But when I catch it, and if it's good, I'll review it. Married to Medicine is tomorrow. Love and Hip Hop New York is tomorrow. I might, and that's a big might, review the Bad Girls Club. It just depends on how good the shit is. I'm most definitely gonna review the reunion. I have to. But other than that, y'all, that's it for today. That's it. Till next time, to my Married to Medicine review. I'll talk to y'all motherfucking later.